What's going on, nerds? I'm just going to go over the two basic ways that you can share a directory across your network and assign the appropriate permissions to that directory. There's two ways. The first way is through the graphical user interface, which I'm about to go over, and the second way is through the net share command, which is a bit more streamlined, I would say. So first we go to properties. I obviously created this directory for this purpose. We go to advanced sharing, share this folder. We go to permissions. Now we can see by default that everybody has read permission, and that's the only permission allowed. So we're going to remove that and add the administrators group, just so we can see a couple different ways that we would go about this. So we'll give them full control, and then the rest of our users we'll just give read control. We'll OK out of there, OK out of here. Now these are the sharing permissions, and the way that this was taught to me is you'll never get more than what you did at the door. That's what my computer science teacher taught me back in the day, and what that essentially means is the permissions you are granted in the share permissions are the maximum permissions you are going to receive. With that said, the most restrictive permission always applies. So, like here, for example, we have read, execute, list, content, and read. So if we were to go back here to our advanced sharing and to our permissions and allow users to change this directory as well. Okay, we have the sharing permission to modify. However, we do not have the NTFS permission to modify, so we will not be allowed to modify. So there, and here is the UNC path, which would be relevant if you did not have share access to this directory, but you did have security access to this directory, which is, for the means of this video, a bit more advanced than what I want to go over. So here we go. Now you see that I made that on the first take of this video, and you will learn the hard way, if you do not do it, to run as administrator, because you won't have access through the net share command. So first we're going to make the directory right in the smack dab root of the oops, what we got going on here, of the C drive. So we'll call it share 1. So made, bam. Then we're gonna change over to the oops. Alright, and now we are at the root of the C drive. So we're going to do the net share command, and now the share name, that's what it's going to be listed under. We'll call it share 1 just for the sake of ease. Actually, I may have called it that in the last one, so we'll call it share 12, and then you enter the actual path, the absolute path, which would be share 1, simple as that. And then we're going to grant. This is how we grant our permissions. Administrators full, and that is this applies to share permissions, obviously. And grant users read. So this is essentially accomplishing exactly what we did through the graphical user interface, but it's a lot more streamlined. So, bam, it was created successfully. Now we go back here. Here's our folder, properties, and let's check these share permissions, shall we? Permissions, administrators, bam, users. So the exact same thing in regards to the exact same thing as the share me file that we did through the graphical user interface. Now this does not set your NTFS files up. We could edit these on both of them. I mean, in this particular instance, we don't really have to, because they align with essentially the purpose that I wanted to show you. Like the administrators have full control and the users have these limited controls. So yeah, so that's pretty much everything. That's how to share a directory through the graphical user interface and the command prompt. If you were stuck on anything, I hope this helps. Alright, see you later, nerds.